Right now, we are going to surprise another finalist from the Hall of Fame class of 2021. I don't know if you can hear the phone ringing. We're trying to see if he will pick up the phone.
He doesn't like us. He doesn't like us. I'm going to be really honest. There's a lot of, between the two of us.
Look,
there's some hot.
Hello, Chris Bosh.
Is that RJ?
I have been a little sneaky with your wife the past day or so, trying to arrange finding you at this time because I wanted to tell you you are a finalist for the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame Class 2021.
Hey.
Congratulations,
man.
Hold on. Can't hear nothing.
You can't hear nothing.
Chris, you are a finalist for the Hall of Fame. How does that feel?
I can't hear anything.
See if your wife Adrian can tell you.
I'm sure they'll come in.
It'll come in a little bit.
It'll come in. Oh.
Well, let me take this time to say this.
Chris, let us know when you can hear us.
When Chris can hear me go on this rant, the fact that Chris was not a first ballot Hall of Famer to me is one of the more randomly frustrating things because I understand Tim Duncan, I understand all of the guys, Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett. That class, I understand that, and Chris had something unforeseen happen to him, but it doesn't change the fact of his numbers and what he accomplished. And in my opinion, I'm so glad he's here right now, but I also want to give some recognition for the fact that he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I love that. Chris,
yes,
I don't know if
sir.
you can hear us. Can you hear us yet?
Yeah. I can hear you, absolutely.
Well, you just heard Richard say what we all have said for the past year. You should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. We understand all the circumstances, but this is so deserved. How does it feel to be a finalist for this year's class?
Words can't really describe. I didn't even know what was going on today. I was just kind of going about my regular day. And I'm actually speechless. This doesn't happen much, but I'm so appreciative. Everything that I've tried to give to the game of basketball and everything that basketball has done for me. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, having my career, I still wanted to be playing to this day. But, everything doesn't happen the way we want them to, but we have to make do with what we have. And I'm just so appreciative and so thankful just for the opportunity to play the game and all those who helped me get here.
It is amazing when you think back at your career, all the twists and turns, and that it could end here at the Hall of Fame. Now, Paul Pierce, you played a lot of very big games against Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
What was it like to play against Chris?
Hey, Chris, I'll tell you, I'll never forget that three you made in the corner in the conference finals. That's still that three. He know what I'm talking about, too, that clutch three he hit. I'll never forget that. So, a hell of a player. I've seen him from Toronto all the way to Miami. He's expanded his game. He's always been a great all-around player, played both ends of the court. And I never really thought he got his due on that team because he was one of the more clutch players for that ball club when you look back. And, rightfully deserved a Hall of Fame induction. I'm happy to be in that class with you also, too.
I pay attention to what the guys on the team say, right? And when you have LeBron James and Dwayne Wade saying, we don't win anything without Chris Bosh.
Listen, he was injured in that series. He comes back to hit dagger threes versus us. I thought we were going back to the finals. I'm like, why does this guy have to come back now? Jeez, goodness gracious.
Chris,
Hey, man, I was just trying to get one, Paul. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to get one, dog.
But Rachel, to Paul's point is like as much as you talk about D Wade and you talk about LeBron James and what he did in Miami, people forget how much you carried that team and how much you were a focal point, and especially in Toronto when you were a transition player from the Vince Carter era moving on, and then you just took that team on your back. You were an all-NBA player, and you led that team to multiple postseasons. So I know everyone talks about the Miami, but I played against you in the postseason in Toronto, and you were a force then. So I just want to make sure that those Toronto years get its due respect also.
Absolutely.
One of the things I loved, Chris, about covering you is your relationship with basketball. You always had so many interests outside and off the court, but that never got in the way of your love of hooping, and especially when the game started to get taken away from you at first briefly and then for good. You talked a lot about what the game of basketball has meant to you in your life and your career. As you now look back and you are on the doorstep of the Hall of Fame, how much do you think about that?
I think about it every day. I pretty much have been reflecting on my career since I stopped playing. But really with that said, I remember all of the bus rides, all of the OGs. When you're a young guy at the time, you always think that you're going to play forever, or at least until 40 years old or something crazy like that. But I think back on those times, it's all about those great moments playing in front of the fans in Toronto and Miami and really all over the league, having those moments of truth and coming through, kind of like you guys said, just coming through in the clutch. That's all I ever wanted to do. I put my heart and soul into the game, and I still do. It's just, as a player, you want things to happen in a particular way, and I couldn't have written it any better, but it ended up being such a great career, and I'm so happy that I was able to squeeze in so many accomplishments so quick. I thought I had more time, but just remembering all the friends that I made, remembering the teamwork, the camaraderie, the communication, all of the, putting in the work night in and night out. That's what it was always about. I just always wanted to come through. I wanted to be a great player. I wanted to be an exemplary, really role model on the court for the kids and for my peers. And I just always wanted to be a leader. I always dreamt of playing basketball when I was a kid. A lot of people, kind of like you were saying, Rachel, with hobbies and stuff. I had plenty of hobbies, but nothing was ever like basketball. I put everything into it. That's all I ever wanted to do since the moment I knew what it was. So to be just considered for such a great honor, I mean, it's amazing.
Well, we are so happy for you. Congratulations. Could not be more deserved. And please thank your lovely wife, Adrienne, who helped us concoct this little secret. Anyone who thinks this was staged, our technical problems at the beginning would show you it is not. It was so fun to surprise you today, Chris. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.